I'm telling you now, this is not a boring game. This is exciting stuff. And I'm going to show you how to beat Grandmasters, right? So next time Daniel Naroditsky challenges some of his followers, if you use this technique, you might be able to score a draw against Daniel Naroditsky. You could. It's possible. So just listen carefully and we'll go through the game. Here we go. Got to go through this game. Whoa! Got to go right back to the beginning. It's a King's Pawn opening. So I opened up with E4. I don't know. The opening up against with E4 is very wise. Thank you for following my channel, guys. I don't know whether opening up with E4 move is wise against a 2,730 player. In chess, generally, if you want to play a strong player and you want to get a draw, you might try D4, which is more positional, and there's not so much tactics involved. After I played E4, actually I played 2 games against Vidit. Do you want to, before I show you this game, do you want to see how he killed me? I'll show you how Grandmaster Vidit A.I.Bot 2,730 killed me. I'll show you that one first, actually. So I'm going to go back into the archives, and here we go. Vidit A.I.Bot. I actually played 2 games against Vidit. Vidit A.I.Bot. I don't know where the other one is. Well, I've only got this one saved. So it looks like that's the one I'm going to show you. But I did play 2 games. And in the first game, the Super Grandmaster Vidit A.I.Bot absolutely crushed me. It really did. But in this second game, you're going to see a real fiery game. Oh, you might think, oh, it's a slow positional game. No, it's not. Watch this. Okay, so he chooses Grandmaster Super Vidit A.I.Bot, chooses the 2,730 French defence, right? The 2,730. I'm getting all tongue twisted. I'm so excited to show you this. Yeah, it's the French defence. He chooses the French defence. He's rated 2,730. I played D4, which is the most common main variation, because you, as we know, for the beginners out there, you're just developing your 2 bishops, and you've got the 2 pawns in the centre. Great stuff. Now D5, the French defence, it's the normal variation of the French defence. White played knight to C3. Now I chose this move against the Vidit A.I.Bot because I know it's 2,730. I'm thinking of when I played the world champion bot. I got a rating performance of 3,000. Yeah, I got a rating performance of 3,000. I think my rating performance for this game is 2,800. I think so. I can't remember. But I'll show you after the game what the rating performances are on the chess.com game review. We'll put the analysis bar on. Just so we're in the chess.com analysis room, so you can see what the artificial intelligence is saying are the best moves or recommended best moves by the chess.com analysis room coach. Okay? All right then, so we're back to this position, and we've developed the knight to just protect the pawn and possibly take that pawn. And now here he comes. Here comes the Super Grandmaster. He plays Bishop B5 straight away. He's threatening something. These Super Grandmasters, they like to threaten things. So what I always say is, examine all checks and examine all captures, right? So remember that chess rule, beginners, for both sides of the board. It's very important, because if you're a beginner or even a good player, like you'd rated 2,000, 1,900, 2,000, you may be a really good player. But if you don't follow that chess rule, don't follow that chess maxim, Grandmaster Naroditsky will tell you that's when you blunder a piece, or that's when you lose material or position, right? Because they are the most critical situations in chess when there's an exchange on, right? So I pushed the pawn forwards. Okay, so we got the French defence and we got the winner. Now I noticed that in the past, I can remember a wonderful game that I played through. It was I think it was a grandmother. It was John Grief. His name was John Grief. Grief, I think he was. He was the United States Open chess champion, and he visited Australia here many years ago, over 30 years ago, 40 years ago. And I'm 70, by the way. I'm 70, so I remember all these old things, like the Bobby Fischer-Spassky match. To me, is just like yesterday, right? Anyway, John Grief played this winner variation, and I was really impressed about the maturity of the chess player and the patience. You've got to have the patience of Job, so to speak, biblically speaking, so to speak, when you're playing chess. I want to thank Drubik for subscribing with Prime. Thank you, Dubik. And I want to say hello to Norista and the people in the chants, song and dance. And it's a privilege for me. It's a privilege to me to be rated by Daniel Naroditsky. I've always admired Daniel. Hannah Sace is here. Hannah Sace is here. And Hannah Sace is a wonderful streamer too. Anyway, we're playing the Super Bot Grandmaster Gujrathi Vidit. He's known as just Vidit to the top echelon of chess players. I played A3 against the Super Bot, right? Remember, he's 2,730, plays like Daniel Naroditsky, actually. He captured the knight, right? So he is playing against my pawn structure, right? So I recaptured with the pawn. It's in this position that I've got to be really careful because I'm playing someone 2,730. I've got to ask myself certain questions such as, what is my opponent's plan? Now that's a very important question to ask yourself. You look at a position like this, you say, oh, it's a simple position, I'll just make a move. No, if you want to improve at your chess, you've got to ask yourself these questions. You've got to have respect for your opponent. Grandmaster Gujrathi Vidit is one of the strongest super grandmasters in the world. So he's going to have a plan. And this bot is based on the way he plays, right? As a matter of fact, when I was playing a Super Vidit bot, he kept making comments to me, and as they do, the bots, right? And he would say, oh, this reminds me of my game against Pragnandaha. And he kept saying this to me during the game. And the Super Bot was saying things like, you got to check there. You got to check there, son. But it doesn't mean that just because it's check, it's good, right? You know, all these crazy comments during the game. But you're going to see all this. So get ready, buckle your seat down. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Your castle, right? Now, this pawn structure, when you're looking at this position for white, this pawn structure determines the way in which the game will be played from the point of view of an attack by white. If white can muster an attack, obviously it's going to be countered by the Super GM. I played A4. Now, A4 is an interesting move. The reason I played A4 is I want two options. I want one, the bishop to come out here, because I haven't got a plan yet. My plan is going to be devised, my board plan is going to be devised based on the response of my opponent. So depending if my opponent goes this way or he goes that way, to the queen side, to the king side of the board, well, I'll respond in kind. And so this way I've got the two options of where to place my bishop. He played c5, right? Played c5. Straight away he has decided, making a decision, it's going to take white a long time to, say, play bishop here and queen here and get an attack on the king. That's 3 moves. By the time I make 3 moves, if I ignore what my opponent's doing, he'll be all over me and the game will be finished. Really, it does happen that quick when you're playing a Super GM. So you've got to be really alert. So based on that move, c5, I played knight to f3, right? So I didn't play bishop to d3. I had that choice of putting a bishop here, right, and attacking the king. But then when if I choose to put the bishop or place the bishop on d3, I've always got to face the fact that my opponent might just push a pawn, chase the bishop away, and play some other moves, such as queen to a5, right? Queen to a5, followed by bishop to d7, and just capture the pawn and run his own attack. And his timing for his attack, timing is everything in chess, right? Don't anyone ever let you say timing is not important. We know it's important in a from the point of view when you're running on a clock, say a 1 minute or 3 minute game. No, it's not Title Tuesday. It's Teddy Tuesday. We do have Grandmaster Naroditsky's brother. This is his half-brother, Grandmaster Teddy. This is Daniel Naroditsky's half-brother. Can you see the resemblance? No, he's not Daniel Naroditsky's half-brother. He's my lover. It's Teddy. Love him. We love Grandmaster Teddy. Grandmaster Teddy is the highest rated chess player on the planet at the moment, but his rating is under prudence. It's been questioned by FIDE and the chess police. I played knight to f3, right? Main reason is just I want to delay that bishop idea, and I want to support my pawn structure. And then here he comes, and I think, oh, what's he doing? He's played this move, knight to d7, and I'm thinking, where is that knight headed? Well, the knight could be headed somewhere. The knight, when it plays here, it is putting pressure on my e5 pawn, so perhaps f6 could be an early break if I play a bad move. Anyway, I played bishop to d3. I thought, well, if you close the position with c4, that will be okay for white, because there'll be no knight on c6. So he played f6. The Gujrathi Vidit A.I.Bot plays f6, and the whole idea is to break through on the king side and hope that I don't play the game correctly. So I haven't castled. Remember, white has not castled here, so white's got some important decisions to make. The last thing white wants is to allow pawn takes pawn. You don't want black to play pawn takes pawn. But I castled. I thought, I'll go for it. Anyway, he hit my bishop. Right there, he hit my bishop. Now, what's he threatening? Are there any captures? Are there any checks, right? Well, there is a check. Bishop takes pawn, check. But the king can take it off, and there's no follow-up. After that, there's no more moves. So you've just lost a piece cold. So the check is wrong. So he plays pawn here, takes the bishop. So what move would you play here? Well, now, in this position, remember, he's also threatening the pawn in the middle. So black has got a multitude of threats. And so because I want to parry those threats, I'd already planned that in the event of c4, I would play a Schwitzenzug. That's right, a Schwitzenzug, an in-between move, right? So I captured the pawn, and I calculated that now, if I can play pawn takes knight, my bishop can hit his queen and win his castle. So now Super Grandmaster's got a question to answer. Will he take the bishop, or will he allow pawn takes knight? Well, if he allows pawn takes knight, he's got a lost game. That's right. I've beaten the Super Grandmaster. But hold on, there's more. The Super Grandmaster just recaptures with his knight, and now I've got a problem. I've got a new problem to solve. What's my new problem? Well, he's threatening my bishop, and because I have to move it here, that means my bishop is no longer controlling the e4 square, and that means that black can just come in here and threaten a pawn, okay? Right, so let's see what black does. Well, he plays bishop to d7. He says, well, not much you can do anyway, buddy. There's not much you can do. So I thought, well, okay. He wants to get his pieces working. Black, SuperGM bot, he's decided that he wants to connect his castles and his queen at the back and get ready to maneuver his heavy pieces, right, vis-a-vis the two castles. And remember, he has got the semi-open file at this stage. It's a semi-open file, very dangerous in chess, and I'm always talking about the reason for putting pieces on the semi-open file or the open file. You'll see Daniel Naroditsky and company do this all the time when they win all their Super GM games. Anyway, so I've chosen bishop here to pin this knight against the castle and to slow down black's play. Now, in this position, there are other things to consider, structural position ideas. And remember, I spoke earlier about my lovely pawn structure, which was 3 pawns, now it's 2. Well, I've still got weak pawn structure, but also this pawn structure here, these 4 pawns, all on white squares, right? They're on white squares. And so that means that this bishop has not got very good maneuverability. So the bishop has been played to d7, not just to take the pawn. You can't take the pawn yet because a bishop takes knight, hits the queen, and the bishop here falls. So you can't take it. The real idea of bishop here is to possibly move the bishop back and reroute the bishop to the king side. Remember, in this position, if we draw a line down the middle of the board, black has got a castle, 2 knights, and I've got a castle and a bishop and a knight. But if he could transfer another piece over to the king side, he might develop a king side attack against me. So let's see what transpires and what move I play. Well, he played knight here to threaten my pawn. Now, I've got to make a decision. What do I do? Now, I can't play bishop here because he would just play pawn here, and if I move my bishop, well, he captures the pawn and he wins the game. So then I'll be forced to take his knight, and black would simply have a better game. So I've got to look for another move that protects the c-pawn and keeps the tension in the position. Otherwise, the Super GM is going to run all over my position. So I played queen to e1. I chose queen to e1 because it protects the c-pawn, right? And it maintains the pin on the knight, and I've still got the option of putting my knight on that beautiful square on e5, okay? Good morning, 11 ears. Good day, Aziz Dilbert, my wonderful subscribers. Good day, guys. How are you? And thank you again for subscribing and supporting my channel. These are the links to my channel. And I've got to send out a big welcome to all the Daniel Naroditsky followers and subscribers that came in to visit me this morning. Tell me, how did Daniel go in the Title Tuesday tournaments? I captured the knight. Now, why would I capture the knight? Well, the knight may move. If the knight moves, that bishop, the knight which I just captured, then my bishop could prove pretty useless, right? However, when he recaptures, I can swing this knight into e5 and attack this bishop. You know, the bishop that I was talking about that has bad maneuverability because the pawns are on the wrong colour, okay? He played rook on the A file to f8. So he's doubling the castles on the pawn. So that's a simple threat. Rook takes pawn is a threat, right, of sorts. It's a threat. So I push the pawn to dislocate that rotten knight that's causing me trouble, right? Okay, so the knight went back to d6. Now I have to come up with a game plan. I actually liked black's position, apart from the bad bishop, and I would never give away my knight for his bishop. Whoop. No, I wouldn't do that move, right? I played g3. I decided that my bishop, my white squared bishop, I've only got one, that's this one here, needs a bit of scope. He needs to breathe, right? So I thought, well, I'll push the pawn on and chase his castle away because the castles are a little bit bottled up there. And I thought, well, at least that gives my bishop a little bit of room to breathe. And here I played queen to c1. I thought this is not a bad idea. I could possibly transfer my queen over here and block the knight to the queen. I could also transfer the queen here to e3, or if I need to attack, I could go to g5. Okay, so I'm trying to put the queen on a better square where it has scope, right? He played knight to f7. He wants to remove my all-powerful, all-seeing knight. So I took it off. The valuation bar on the side of the board says the position is equal, right? And we're playing a game against the Vidit bot, right? As you know, we're playing a game against the Vidit bot. It's Gujrathi Vidit, the top super GM. The bot's named after him. He captures with the queen. And so now I played f4. Now normally there would, because he's tripled up, there'd be an attack on this castle here. But I wasn't worried about that. He played g4, g5. And I thought to myself, I didn't like that move at all. But he's got a reason for it. He's got a reason. Crazy reason. So I took it off. Anyway, took my rook with check, and I took with the queen. Now, I can't take with the bishop. If I take with the bishop, he will kill me. That's right. He will kill me. He'll penetrate my position and butcher me, right? So I've got to take with the queen. He moved his queen to the side of the board, and now the Super GM is attacking the G-pawn, and he's threatening my queen. So he's obviously got all this planned. So I played queen to C1 to protect the G-pawn. And here he plays E5. Okay, so we're through the most critical part of the game. So here I played queen to E3. I don't believe that I can take that pawn. If I take that pawn, this queen is just too active. It looks too active. I was scared of taking that pawn against the Super GM bot. So that's why I played this move. Queen to E3. He played E4, and now he's got this beautiful passed pawn. But again, he's got a problem. What's his problem? Well, black's problem, again, if I repeat myself, is this bishop, these pawns are all on white squares. He solved a lot of his problems though, right? So I've got a problem too, and that is I can't allow him to get an outside pass pawn. So I played pawn forwards, put my pawn on a black square, so it's no longer being attacked by the bishop. Now, the whole point of this move is that if he goes over to the queen side to attack the A pawn, I may be able to do something with my 3 pawns to 1 advantage on the king side. He played queen back to attack the pawn, and it's here. I thought, go for it, Johnny. H4. I'm protecting the pawn and at the same time rolling the pawns towards the king. So it's getting very dangerous. He played queen c7. This is a dangerous move. I believe he's threatening rook to f3. Right, can you see that big threat? Rook here. If the bishop takes, queen takes pawn check. See the pawn check? So rook to f3 is a big threat. So how do I parry that threat? What would Grandmaster Naroditsky do? Well, I played king to h2. Now, Daniel might have played the other move. Daniel might have played king to g2. Let's have a look and see which move's best. Okay, so king there or king here. I'm looking at the evaluation bar, and the evaluation bar says they're about the same, but king to g2 is better. Anyway, so he played bishop there, and he's just protecting his pawns. I think he was waiting for something, waiting for me to do something. So I played rook to g1. I said, yeah, you can take this pawn, Vidit, but I'm going to take this pawn, and you, Mr. Super Grandmaster, might get into deep trouble. Anyway, so he moved the bishop back, and I just moved my rook back. I thought, I've got to draw! I've got to draw against the Super Grandmaster. No, I haven't. I haven't got a draw. He moved bishop there. He won't give me a draw. I thought maybe he'll offer me a draw, but you don't get a draw from the Super Grandmasters. No, 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 no. It doesn't work that way. Okay, so I just played rook here again, and he went bishop there, so I went rook back there. I thought, oh, draw! I want to draw against the 2,730. I can make a video out of it. I'll be famous, right, you know. No. The Super Grandmaster says, no draw, Johnny. No draw. He won't let me off. He's like Daniel Naroditsky. It's like a bulldog. If they think there's a chance to win, they keep fighting. These Super GMs. I played rook to b1 again. And he played bishop there. He says, oh, no, I'm not going to fall for your traps. So I played rook here. I thought, I'll try something different. But the whole idea is I just want to put my rook on this square and possibly go to c5 and hope that he can't get in here. But I don't think this is a good move. But the engine says the position's equal. Right, you see the evaluation bar? He played queen here, so I thought, what do I do now? I moved my king back. That's right, I moved my king back because I want to stop him penetrating. If he can play queen here, he wins, right? So I thought, I'll play my king back and stop him. Anyway, he played bishop there. He hit my bishop, and then now you say, oh, you beauty, I've won a bishop. No, you haven't. If you take the bishop, this rotten criminal, he's a rotten, filthy criminal, this Vidit. No, we love Vidit, we love him. But if bishop takes bishop, queen checks, king here, and the white queen is lost, and the game's lost, right? Right, so this move shocked me. It did. I thought, goodness gracious, where did that move come from? And I thought, how do I fix this problem up? So I moved my rook back real quickly, thinking, oh no, I've stuffed this up. And now I believe he should play bishop takes bishop. He did. So I took with the queen, and now we've got this position. We've got a new position. The Super Grandmaster successfully got rid of his bad bishop and still retained a connected pass pawn. So you'd think that black's got all the winning chances. Anyway, he played queen there. Guess what? he wants to take a pawn with check again, right? Okay, and he's on this pawn too. So he's on 2 pawns. Well, I played queen to g4. I said, go on, do your best. And now, apparently, the evaluation bar says, I've got a better position. Only slightly. Only very, very slightly, but I've got a better position. So he played rook to f6. He won't leave me alone, this Super GM. Look, now he's threatening rook takes pawn check. Right? So he's just attacking me all the time. Okay, so if you play queen here check, you'll lose the game after king g7. I think it's all over. So I've got to find a move. King there. That's right. That's right. I'm happy to do that. He plays rook takes pawn. He's coming at me now. He wants me to collapse mentally. He wants me to collapse mentally. So I played rook to f1. I said, right, take all my pawns, Super Grandmaster. Take all my pawns. But the evaluation bar, the artificial intelligence is saying, this rook to f1, giving him the pawn with check is fantastic, right? He took the pawn with check. So what do I do now? Well, I hide my king. I'm hiding, you can't get me. Oh, so that's it. So now I've got this idea, the Super Grandmaster, I've got the game in control. He plays queen to e7, he says, I'm a Super Grandmaster, you don't know how to win this. And I thought, oh no, he's going to push the pawn and make a queen. So I thought, we'd better do something. So I played queen here, just threatening queen takes pawn check. And he played his king in the corner. He says, I don't care. He said, now I can get a draw. I'll show you how I get a draw. I can check him, right? And then if his king comes up, just go back here. What's he going to do? Play king to h1 again. So I can check him here. And if his king goes to g7, I can play queen here again. And, yeah, so I could do that. No, but then I'm not threatening queen takes pawn. Anyway, what I did was queen takes pawn. Of course I took the pawn. And now I've got a problem. He's covered all the checks, and now he can go for a queen. He played king g7. He's a bit concerned. So what did I play here? What move, now I'm going to ask the chat, what move would you play here? Aziz Dilba, 11 years. Sigmunda's here, all the way from Germany. Sigmunda, love to see you, mate. Yeah, so Langerine, Uncommon King is in the chat. Norista. Now, 11 years would play h5. Good idea, 11 years. A good idea, good move. The engine says I'm winning, but h5. I wonder what the engine would say about this move, h5. Wow, I can't see what it says about it, but this threatens pawn check. It's a massive move. It's a massive move. I love h5. I think h5 is an excellent move. I didn't play it. I didn't play h5. I actually played rook here. I played rook to f5, and the evaluation bar didn't like it. So I want to congratulate 11 years on h5. G'day, Michael Palmer. G'day, Mao 0610. Rook to f6. Rook to f6 was an excellent idea too, Man 0810. G'day, Bellow World. I'm your biggest fan too, because you're following my channel. Right, so here we go. So we're playing the Super Grandmaster. The Super Grandmaster's going for a queen. He's going for a queen. And he's not far away either. So I decided I'd hit his queen. I'd attack his queen. And I'd go for my queen, right, if I can. Anyway, he went queen there. And then I just realised, oh no, we've now got an endgame. I'll tell you what, it never stops, does it, this? The pressure. And Black's coming back, the Super Grandmaster's coming back into the game. Because guess what he's threatening? I haven't got a check. And he's got queen check here. And that's a huge check. I don't like that check. So I took his queen off. And guess what? The position's nearly equal. Have a look at that. 1 minute, I was winning completely against the Super GM. I panicked a little bit. I didn't find H5. 11 ears saw it. He's got 11 of them. He's got 11 ears. He saw it, but I couldn't see it. I took with the king, and now I've got this endgame. I think, oh no, he's got 2 passed pawns. What do I do? My king's far away too. So I played rook takes pawn. I grabbed a pawn. And now he played rook hits pawn. Now White's position is just a little bit better than Black's. I played rook here to protect the pawn. Because I didn't want to lose that pawn. If I thought if I lose that pawn, I could even lose the game. See, he's going for a queen. I've got to stop it. So what did I play? I played rook hits pawn. So I'll take your pawn, you take mine. He pushed the pawn forwards. So I went here. And now I'm threatening his pawn. And so we're going to get to a complicated position in a minute. It looks simple. It just looks like an ordinary endgame. Looks like an ordinary endgame. Don't forget, we're only on move 50. The damn game goes for 80 moves. So that the best is yet to come. You haven't seen anything yet, folks. Nothing. You haven't seen anything yet. So I took the pawn off. He took back with the pawn. Now what he's threatening to do is he's threatening 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's threatening a queen. So I thought I better do something too. So I better pull up me pants, unstrap me belt, put up me dukes, get me boxing gloves on and come out fighting. So what did I do? What move would you play here? I played D5. I thought I'd better go for a queen. And here he comes with his pawn. Remember, I can't move my castle away to take that pawn off that's coming at me. So I really need to do something quick. So I pushed the pawn. I played 11 ears move. A bit too late, mind you. That would have been a really strong move earlier on. And now guess what? The computer evaluation bar says Black's winning. Position's better for Black. Anyway, he played king here. So what did I do? I pushed my pawn. I thought I'm going for a queen. What are you doing? Anyway, he took a pawn off, so I thought I was still going for a queen. Where are you going? I'm going for a queen. Anyway, he pushed the pawn on there, and I thought, well, I better give him a check. And what did he do then? Well, he moved his king up there, and I played rook to the 8th rank. Now, this is getting very dangerous. Black is winning here, apparently. So he pushed the pawn on. Now he's got only 2 squares to go. He's got 2 queens. So what do I do now against the Super Grandmaster? Now what do I do? What do I do? Tear my hair out. That's what I could do. Oops, Jadoob. Yeah, I pushed the pawn on. And then he played rook here. Very cunning move, isn't it? He wants to check me and take the pawn off. Because in the endgame, 2 pawns on the 6th rank and 7th rank beat the castle. So he knows his endgame techniques. So I played pawn here to stop him because I want to get my queen, right? And now the position's equal. Now suddenly the position's equal again between me and the Super Grandmaster. 2,730. I played king back. Why did I play king back? He's threatening check and takes the pawn, right? And I'm still going to face these 2 pawns on the 6th and 7th. So I moved my king back to stop his check. And he pushed a pawn for a queen. He says, that's it. I'm still coming. And now the and now the evaluation bar says the position is equal. But it couldn't be more complicated. The position could not be more complicated. So I made a coin. Oh, this is crazy stuff. And now he made a coin, and I'm winning. Now, I think the best move is rook check. Right? I actually think the best move for him is rook check. Right? And then if I take it, I think this is the best move, rook check. Yeah, the evaluation bar likes my move, not Vidit's move. And now king takes rook, you play pawn equals queen check. And now if the rook takes, well, you can take back with the pawn, you got a queen each, right? But in that position, I made a coin. He made a coin. Now he wants to make another coin, but he's got a problem. I've got to check. And it's here he started saying things like, oh, you know, remember my game against Pragnandaha or Gukesh? And he said, oh, you know, like a check's not always good. And I thought, well, it's good for me. It's good for me. And he moved his king up to the centre of the board. Now, the last thing I want him to do is to be able to swap queens. So I know what he's thinking. If he can get his king here, right? If he can get his king here, and say he's checking me down here and I go here, if he gives me, if I get one more check, then he can put his queen in here with check, right? So that's what he's thinking, the dirty dog. The dirty dog, he's thinking about things like that. Anyway, so I thought, no, I'll check you over here. I'm not going to fall for that nonsense. Anyway, he moved his king there, and I thought, what am I going to do here? And I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll give you a rook check. And now if you take the pawn, if you take that pawn, that juicy little pawn, I might checkmate you. I might not, but I might. Anyway, he moved over there, and I'm still winning. What would have happened if he took the pawn? Oh, I would have won. The evaluation bar says, easy win for white. Okay. So, he didn't take the pawn. He didn't take the pawn. Where were we? Oh, that's right. So checked him there, and now he went here, right? So he didn't take the pawn. Oh, he's gone there. I gave him a check, and he doesn't take the pawn. He runs away. He runs away. So I thought, well, I'll take the pawn then. I thought, I'll take it if you don't take it. And then he went over there, and I thought, oh, what am I going to do now? So I thought, I'll give you a check here. Because I'm centralising him. I'm trying to get his king in this little box here. But because he's a computer genius, it's not easy to trap him, these damn super grandmasters. Remember, he's got a possible 2 queens and a castle if I make a mistake. So he played king here. So I gave him a check there. I didn't want his king going down really close to the back rank. And then he played king over there. So I gave him a rook check. I'm trying to, at this stage, I'm trying to coordinate my castle and castle and queen. So he played king here. It's in this position. I played queen checks there. That's right. I didn't want him to go in here where he might be able to sneak in here and hide under the pawn. That would be terrible, right? So he played king here. He wants to go in here and hide from me, right? So I thought, you're not hiding from me, buddy. So I gave him a check, right? And he went there. And so it was in this position. I gave him another check. And now I'm forcing his king over there again. He's going there. Now, what he's sneaky. He's sneaky. He's trying to get this position again where the king goes here and he can interpose with check. That's his plan, right? So I gave him a check and he put the queen in. He put the queen in. I thought, I've got you, son. So I took his queen. He took with the king. I gave him a check there. And here I'm on this pawn, right? So I just took his pawn off, and now he can't take this pawn because of check here, right? Check here will win the castle. So the game continued like this, where I just pushed a pawn for a queen. And then he had no pieces. Then I had two queens. And I'm very strong with two queens, Super Grandmaster Vidit A.I.Bot. I'm very strong with two queens. And that was checkmate. But why did he give me the queen? So we go back to this position. And I'm interested too. Why did he give me the queen? So I checked with the castle. And now, why would he have given me the queen? Well, in this position, if he does move his king here, right, this will be check, and he's got to take the pawn, and this would be check, and then he's got to go here, and that would be checkmate here, that's checkmate there, and checkmate there. Right, two checkmates. So that means that I forced him to give me the queen. Right, so we'll go back there a few moves. So in this position here, we gave him the check, and now he puts the queen in because he realises, being a Super GM bot, that if the king goes here, he gets checkmated, right, as I showed you. So that is the only move, queen there. So no, that move here is the only move. So I took his check. I checked here. I could also have just taken his castle. That would have won too. But he was trying to stop checkmate. Anyway, that was my game against the Super Grandmaster Vidit A.I.Bot. I want to thank everybody for sharing this game with me. Yeah, so I want to thank everybody for sharing the game with me. Where are we now? I want to talk to you about Super Grandmaster Gujrathi Vidit, top players. So going into chess.com's top players, we're talking about the top players in chess.com here. Because after all, it's one thing to play a Super GM bot, but that's him here. His real name, he's got a lovely smile, right? That's Super Grandmaster Santosh Gujrathi Vidit. They call him Vidit, right, for short. He's from India. He was actually born in Nashik in Maharashtra, right? In Maharashtra, in India. He plays for the Indian Federation, and he was also part of the Indian Olympic team, which got a fantastic result. Came third, I believe, in the, correct me if I'm wrong, at the Chess Olympics, the last Chess Olympics, when India performed so well. And Vidit, Santosh Gujrathi Vidit, he was an integral part of the chess team. He's numbered 26 in the world, and so chess.com honoured him by giving him a chess bot named Vidit after his name. And so you check out those chess bots. They're great to play against, and they're good training tools, right? They're good training tools. And the chess.com coach will give you ideas about how to play them. Now, he won the under 14 World Championship. So he's another one that won one of these under 14 World Championships. Something that the players are not aware of about chess history is if we look at the World Junior Chess Championships, under 12, under 14, guess who was there? That's right, Magnus Carlsen. Guess who else was there? Jan Nepomniachtchi. They played in the under 12 World Chess Championship. That's right. So, and you know who won? At that time, when they were both young, Nepo was actually the player. I won't say the best player, but he was. Nepo was playing better. He actually beat Carlsen 4 times. But then when it came to trying to take away the world champion Carlsen's title from him, Carlsen showed him who was the boss. That's right. So, but if you go back to their junior chess, you will see that these players are often, these Super GMs, they are junior world chess champions. He also won the 2018 Tata Steel Challengers and the 2019 Biel tournament. And there's a lovely game there. So I'll leave these games for you to play through and enjoy. And as you can see, there's another photo of the young man. He's got a lovely smile, as I said, very engaging. You can tell he's just a real nice guy, you know, like sort of... I'm sure that if you met him at one of the international tournaments and you went up to him and asked him for an autograph or something like that, I'm sure he would be very generous with his time to just everybody. Such a lovely guy. Most of the Indian players are like that. They're all got good hearts, and I love the smile of young Pragnan Dahar. He's always smiling, you know. Yeah, so any of the... I'm open to challenges now. I can't play a 10-minute game, I'm sorry.